just hear, oh, data analysis is the in thing and get into that. Look inside, what am I really good at? If it's math, then data is your path. If it's people, product, design. If you're really analytical, then look into software engineering. So start from within.
Yeah, I'm reading your profile. Steph, I know you want to jump in, but just give me a sec. You're talking about you've built a community of a thriving tech community with over 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Talk about the early days of young techies. What are some of the challenges that you underwent? Share with us your insights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of building young techies.
Yeah, because this is an amazing number, 10,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they're no different from anyone building something, because there's a lot of silence in the beginning. No one is listening to your stuff. No one is reading your stuff. No one is joining your lives. No one is doing anything. So there's a lot of silence. And I'm not going to give any new insights, but just pushing on.
Okay.
Keep pushing, and also listen to what the data is telling you. So this is very, very important. If you hear people like this a lot more, focus on that.
Yeah.
So I think it's basically ignoring the silence at the beginning and pushing through it.
Yeah. Okay, Steph.
Okay, so for someone who has gone through the whole, university process, they finally gotten the degree, but they're thinking, okay, my field doesn't have many jobs available. And they're looking at this tech space where they're thinking, okay, everyone seems to be hired from that.
Yeah.
But they don't have any expertise. What would you tell them is a simple thing that they can jump into? Learning or just like doing as a job?
Okay, so if you are looking into tech, you find out, okay, this HR or finance thing is not working, and you're interested in tech. Again, I say start from within. What am I good at? Math. Okay, data analysis could be the path. What you want to focus on is learning by building. I see a lot of people very quick to take certificates, to rush to do school programs. But what you really want to focus on is learning by building projects. So don't get stuck in tutorial hell. You're just constantly watching YouTube videos and reading courses. No, get your hands dirty. Build whether you want to do software engineering, start building a project. If you want to do data analysis, start analyzing the data you have. So ensure that is your experience, because then you can come to me and say, Phyian, I have this experience of building this app. You already have experience. Do you have a job? So I can refer to you as someone who has some experience, as opposed to I have a certificate. What is it going to do?
Correct.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I agree. That project is very important in a GitHub account. It just keeps you busy, man. That's actually why we do projects in school.
Yeah.
So that you now start your own, work with the team and that kind of thing. I see you're very passionate about tech education and empowerment amongst younger people. What are some of the gaps when it comes to our education model with regards to tech?
Wow, that's a really, really good one. Our education model definitely does not prepare you for the work environment at all. Because at ZTech, I could tell they want to focus on what they've been taught, but it's completely different from what's actually happening in the work environment. So I think there is such a huge gap there, but there's a lot more schools that are coming up with courses that are geared towards what is actually taught in the work environment.
Yeah.
So that's a huge plus. So look at Zindua School, Moringa, all these schools are looking at the work environment, going back to their curriculum and saying, this is what they need, so let's teach you this. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at AI, because now it's the booming thing.
Yeah.
So for a young person, learning AI may be a bit easier, but for now, the more experienced people, we already saw in 2020 during COVID, they had an issue adapting to Zoom and to Skype. So how easy is it to start learning AI and start incorporating it into your workspace?
I'd recommend for anyone who's looking to, what is this AI thing? It's really important to start with the fundamentals, because we often rush into AI, ChatGPT, DeepSeek. What are the fundamentals of AI? It's just data. So look at, if you're rushing into DeepSeek and you can barely do analysis of just your guests or your audience, then you're focusing on the wrong thing. AI is just a tool to support you with this. ChatGPT is a very small portion of AI. So start with the fundamentals, understand what data is. That's the foundation of AI. And then you can use the tools to support you in your work.
Yeah.
So this is particularly advice for someone who's looking to get a bit more technical.
Yeah.
But for anyone who's looking to just support their work, for example, I'm a HR, I don't want to get into tech so much. Just learn prompt engineering. How best to ask ChatGPT questions to give you really accurate answers. It can't give you accurate, but relatively accurate answers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting. Still on your profile, I'm seeing over here you're recognized globally for contributions, for your contributions, of course. You are a recipient of the Global Women Tech Award and a sought-after speaker at major technology forums, including UNSGA Roundtable with Queen Maxima and Google Women Tech Makers. How was that experience?
Gosh. The whole experience.
Of speaking at these amazing forums.
Yeah.
And also ZTech.
It's been fantastic. If you know, the same way I'm seeing you in your element, it's super easy for you, right?
Yeah.
Even the same thing is for me. If you pick an area that's leveraging on your strengths, it'll be relatively easy. Ask a software engineer, how is it coding? They'll be like, yeah, it's easy. So for me, it's been quite easy. I practice a lot. When I'm speaking, I practice not less than 10 times. And I actually won a pitch competition for 8 million. I haven't mentioned it there.
Wow.
But so, and I practice like 10 times and keep practicing, but it's something that's a bit easy.
Let me ask you a side question. Side note. So what's the trick to a legit elevator pitch? How do you make it stand out, man? Quick one.
Definitely start with a story.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Because ultimately we're all humans. Emotions zinatushikanga.
That's true.
Ukianza na, my mom or something. Start with a story, like grab them and then get to the real stuff. Your business model, how you're gonna go into market. So you've already captured them. The rest is just easy.
You don't want to introduce it. So I'm Kevin.
Hiyo sasa ni ya mwisho.
And don't make the story too long. Otherwise, elevator will open. The guy will be like, okay, good to meet you.
So talk about the impact of young techies so far, man. How would you sum it up in the lives of young Kenyans?
Wow, that's a good question.
What are your success stories?
I think it's not me who's creating the impact. It's really the stories that we highlight. So the comments we see on YouTube, like, man, Phyian, I was just about to give up on this tech thing because I'm in my bedroom, IGP, but I've seen that there's someone who's super successful and was in the same position as I am. So seeing those little comments to me is really huge impact. We've also been able to see our guests are quite successful. They give back to the community by giving laptops to hao watu wenye hawawezi kununua laptops. So that has been really, really inspiring.
What's one story that stood out to you that till now you're just thinking, oh my gosh, that's my inspiration?
That's true. That's a good one.
That's a good one. I don't have a favorite, but I think one by Martin Detto that I did. He's called Martin Detto, a blockchain engineer. It stood out to me because he was really, really vulnerable about his struggles and his successes. So I think that was like, oh, this is why I do this young techies thing. And it resonated with so many people. And that award that you also won, the Global Women Tech Award. I can tell you're very young. I guess. Young is relative.
Okay, it's true. I could be wrong, but anyway. So what does that award mean to you at this particular stage of your life?
I'm not sure if it's my personality that's like, I just want to keep doing more, because I still feel like I'm so far from where I want to be. So it was like, oh, this is great recognition, but I really want to see and do more. So I'm not sure. I think it was good. It's really good. Affirming. I'd
Affirming.
say. Yeah.
It's true.
Now let's talk money.
Ooh.
So what is one space in the tech area that you've seen is undervalued but extremely lucrative that someone who's looking to get into tech space can get into?
Undervalued. I'd honestly say product management, the space that I'm in. We recently did a survey on salary transparency. I'll also give it to you guys so you can have a look. It was crazy, like, how much people were earning with even like not that much experience. And product management, you don't necessarily code. No one really understands what you do, so everyone's just like, that course, that thing. But tech is actually moving towards, it's going to favor strategic roles, because a lot of the technical stuff, basic level, can be done by AI.
Okay.
So you're either very good at what you're doing if you're a technical person, or you move into the AI cannot be strategic. So it's going to favor such roles, and product management is one of those roles. So I'd say that is, it's one of the hidden gems.
Just give us an insight, like how much can you earn on like the higher side?
Oh, definitely. Highest I've seen probably 1.8 or 2
a month.
Yes, a month.
Wow.
So I'm definitely moving to that.
And you also have to, I don't want to romanticize tech. There's people earning 50K, by the way, and less.
Absolutely.
But here, years of experience, industry is so key, and also obviously ensuring that the company is abroad because they have more bandwidth. So if you're looking at product management for a startup in Kenya, you'll be paid 50K. But if you're looking at product management for a fintech company in a global, probably US, Germany, whatever, your dollars will be better.
By the way, I don't know whether you watched a documentary that was done on is it 60 minutes or 90 minutes, that show? And then Nerima Wako, a friend of ours, she was the one being interviewed in that show. And there was a bunch of techies who were also featured, and they're talking about how most AI companies, multinationals in Kenya, don't really pay guys their true worth. So, as much as we don't want to romanticize the space, but is it true that some of these companies that are from abroad, when they come here, they actually take advantage of our smarts, but don't really pay us as much as they do for someone who does the same amount of work or just the same job when it comes to the description abroad?
I watched the documentary.
Yes.
So
it was in 60 minutes.
I would say it also depends on what you're doing, because from my understanding from that documentary, what they were doing was, what was it? Trying to, was it pick patterns?
Yes, they were teaching
exactly.
And I think you definitely watched it.
So it definitely depends on what you're doing, because that, I want to say, if your role is very repetitive, something that is repetitive, data entry, kitu yenye unafanya kila siku, hakuna some creative aspect to it, you also need to like there's some question marks. It's a role that's vulnerable. It's not an in-demand role, I'm going to say that.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
So it's very different from a software engineer.
Absolutely.
There's some creativity there. There's a lot of brain power there. So I would say it depends on the role. I'm not aware of companies that take advantage of Kenya, except that situation. And also your negotiation skills. Salary transparency is something I also preach. Talk to the people around you. How much are you earning? And then you see, okay, this is the level that I should be earning. So also your negotiation skills are super important.
It's interesting you mentioned negotiation. What's usually your key message, by the way, when you're in some of these global forums or stages, especially as a young African lady who's in this space? What's usually your message
around negotiation?
No, just around this tech space.
That's a good one. My biggest message is, don't learn in silence. Don't learn in your bedroom alone. Learn in public, build in public, because we're moving to an age where your HR is on Twitter, they're on LinkedIn, so they're not going to find you from the applications that you're, sending their 1,000 applications. They're going to see someone sharing a lot about data, a lot about product, and they'll be like, we have a role, I'm going to think of this person. Ask people who share their work how many times they've been approached by recruiters. So a big message that I preach is, if you are sending 1,000 applications and it's not working, try share your work, because you'll get collaborators and people who will conspire to help you get opportunities.
That's right.
Even people within your network. Phyian na postingi hii kuna opportunity niko nayo acha nimpe. You know? So I think one, build in public, learn in public, and 2, domain specialty. So if you're in healthcare, you're listening to this, or you're in finance, you're listening to this, and you're thinking, how do I transition to tech? Domain expertise is so important. That healthcare market knowledge that you have, it's the biggest asset that you bring into the tech industry. If I, a product manager, am to move into healthcare, and you, someone already in healthcare, have no PM skills, you stand at a better chance of offering value than me.
Correct.
So really try and see if you can specialize in a domain if you're starting out. Yeah.
I'm also seeing over here, you are currently, what is this? Yeah. You're the product manager at a German-based agri-fintech with over five years of building products with serve markets across the globe. Yeah. So how's that experience?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
What are some of those key things that you've learned?
I think one, the most important thing is having a learner's mindset in tech. You can't reach, there's no end to learning in tech. And if you approach it with a lot of ego, that I know, najua AI, najua hii, you'll be stagnant. So being curious, learning. I ask a lot of my boss questions. I ask a lot of my team members, how do we do this? I don't know about... There's so many things that I am fundamentals at. And it's so important to say that, to know that, and ask people to help you. So basically having a learner's mindset. Yeah.
That's interesting. And what really excites you the most about working as a product manager? Is it just learning as well?
I'd say the user research part. The user research part. We speak with a lot of customers. That really excites me.
Yeah, I love product development, man. You know, when you're in the thick of things, you know, you want to add your creative ideas. It's dope. What would you tell aspiring product managers out there?
That's a good one.
What advice do you have for them?
Don't get caught up in the day-to-day sprints and, day-to-day tasks, and forget to talk to your customers. Because the goal of a product manager is to find what we call product market fit. Is the product I'm building a right fit for the market? So that's my main goal. So I need to be speaking to the market very often.
Correct.
And to be able to inform what product we're building. So take time to ensure you're speaking to your customers, because you can get caught up.
I can imagine. Get out there.
Yes.
So for someone here in Kenya who's trying to look for a job abroad and they don't know where to start, like what are some of the stuff that you tell them to do?
Aside from putting themselves out there?
Because you find most people like get a VPN, change locations.
Okay. I haven't done that, but I'd definitely say one, aside from putting yourself out there on social media where they can get you, putting your work, particularly your work. If you're a product designer, make sure your work is being seen, because the right people will see it. But also, I know this is really tired advice. I know. But build relationships. Don't network. Build relationships. Networking ni ile nisaidie namba yako, nisaidie kadi yako. No. Build relationships, because that's you're the person I'll think of if we have a relationship with you. When I think, Stephanie loves to do this and she wants to do this.
Yeah.
Because there is that relationship. So focus on that as well.
Yeah. Still in your profile.
You were loving her profile.
Yeah, man, I like what you're doing, man. So okay, so beyond tech and just work, I'm seeing over here you're a soft family girl who loves flowers, sunshine, and babies. So how do these aspects of your personality affect your style of work?
That's a good question.
Your leadership style.
That's a very good question. I think it has shown me. I know people say this so much, but when you really are truly authentically yourself, I'm not going to pretend to be harsh and cold, and I'm just soft and warm. When you truly are yourself, magic happens.
No.
So don't allow corporate to conform you into any version.
I love that.
I remember I used to pitch a lot to investors, and I used to put like a flower in my hair.
Oh, really?
I was like, this is me, so if y'all want to give me money, that's fine,
Yeah.
So, I'd say
like
step out of yourself, wear pink, be bold and all that jazz.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the secret to actually winning a pitch which lands you a lot of money like you did?
Having a good business. Ensure your business is making money. That's really what investors are also there to make money. So if your company makes money, an investor will be like, then this is what I'm going to put. So that's the foundation. Then the second level is ensure your pitch has the fundamentals, how you make money, who you're with, what your company, the problem it's solving, ensuring the problem is big. That's investors love to see that the problem must be big because they know this business will scale.
I agree.
Meaning valuation will increase.
Correct.
Meaning my money is going to make more money.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that, and after that, now telling that story beautifully. So good business, good pitch deck, and then telling that story beautifully.
Okay. So what if the problem isn't small? Would you advise people to use like reverse psychology to make the problem bigger? We're trying to get this money.
I wouldn't advocate to lie, because that's how you see a lot of startups getting funding and then thereafter they close down. So I wouldn't advocate to lie, honestly. You're lying to yourself. And you're a lot of us are now building businesses to get investment, and it's not the most honest way to approach it. So
what's next for young techies? What's the plan?
Definitely going above Kenya and into Africa, Nigeria, South Africa, Rwanda. So that is definitely not the other states, Western, Eastern. No, just Africa.
Hey, sour. And I guess as we wrap up, what is okay, you jump in.
What's one advice that you would give to, because there's a lot of graduates out there with no jobs. What's one advice that you would give to them that they're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm on like my last leg here?
Wow, okay. One advice, one piece of advice. Okay. It's a different market right now. The same things we did previously will not work right now. Early on, the tech industry at the beginning, you would have basic software engineer skills and recruiters would reach out to you and you get a job very easily. But right now, it's very different. It's relatively more competitive. So you will also have to up your game in terms of what else can I do. Me apply jobs. 500 jobs every day. Naeza fanya nini? Naeza enda free events. Can I reach out to recruiters? Can I reach out to CEOs and say, hey, I want to volunteer? Even because all you need is that first window. Because once you get into that volunteer experience, then you can say, I have experience, and it's easier to now get the next role. So whatever it is you need to get into the door, do it. Speak to me. Reach out to people. Jitume, kiere here. That would be my advice. Tukona Kirere.
Be Kirere for our diaspora listeners. Which means be random.
It doesn't.
Yeah, just get out there and do
something.
Do anything. Do something. You know, Versus doesn't understand Swahili.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so before we get into a mix, courtesy of Versus the DJ.
Yeah.
Final question: where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Honestly, can't even see tomorrow. I can't answer that question.
Is it?
Yeah, we barely know what's there 10 minutes from now.
What?
So even when people ask me what's the future of tech, you don't know. I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah. So
I would assume you probably have like 10-year goals.
Sarah.
Yeah.
You know, taking it a day at a time.
Sarah.
Yeah. What will be will be.
Well, that's what's up. I like that. Well, umesikia hapo hivyo the vibes. That is the one and only Phyian Karinge. She's the founder of Young Techies, and today we're talking all things tech skills, her journey, you know, what not the future per se, but you know, just how the industry is like, you know, how to navigate your way around the space, the tech space, which is very revolutionary.
It is.
Yeah, so sometimes you can't even predict what's happening, really. Just get out there and just engage.
Yeah,
engage with your project. You know, for me, I feel like also one of the most important skills you can have as a techie is just learning how to work with a team.
Yeah, because you find a lot of them work on their own.
Yeah,
that's true.
Nerds, you're such a loner. It's like, bro, like you don't have any friends.
Yeah, we're asking for like a whole team.
Guys, come on.
Thanks a lot, Phyian.
Yeah, if people want to reach you or Young Techies, how do they get in contact?
Oh, they can subscribe to Young Techies. Reach me on Phyian Karinge on Instagram and LinkedIn. Yeah, and Young Techies Instagram and LinkedIn. I have a small team of 6. Big shout out to my team. Yeah, so you can reach out to them as well.
Good stuff. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you as well.
All right.
It may be from the new millennium, but it's timeless music.